Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. So, we're going to talk about the importance of showing up for yourself. There's going to be days, where you don't want to get up, you don't want to do it. It's easier to just check out, right? But why is showing up so important? And showing up is important because if you don't show up for yourself, nobody else will. You are the master of your existence, okay? You are your experience. So if you don't show up for yourself, then how do you expect to have an experience? And these experiences help us to manifest, to motivate. What are we building for ourselves? Showing up is going to help lead to success. It leads to healing. It leads to growth. So when we decide to say, hey, I'm tired and I don't want to do it. And hey, I don't want to show up today. But when you do, each and every time you show up, you build your you build your reputation, you build your experience, you build on your growth. And so when we show up for ourselves, we tell the universe, hey, I'm here and I am manifesting in this moment. Some days your energy may be higher and lower, and that's okay. That will happen. But as long as you're showing up for yourself each and every time, you will see the building blocks. You will see that growth coming in for yourself. Why is it that sometimes we don't want to show up? Sometimes you don't want to show up because it's hard, it's difficult, right? Maybe there's something you have to face and you just really don't want to. It's easier sometimes to turn a blind eye, to put the head under the covers than it is to address something that you need to face. And maybe that's letting go of someone or bringing something in, making change, right? That could be very difficult for us. A lot of times change is so uncomfortable, even though we know we need to do it, right? But by consistently being there for yourself, consistently saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm moving forward. I am creating change for myself. Okay. That again creates that trajectory of that manifestation of one foot in front of the other, of building success and understanding, learning from the mistakes. We learn and grow from the difficult decisions that we do make in life. And so, as much as we want it to be easy all of the time and we want it to be in the flow, which is wonderful when that happens. But again, our growth and our learning really comes from the challenging times. It comes from the times when you are feeling tired. It comes from the times when you're not feeling the most confident, yet you have to push yourself forward, right? So when we have these experiences where it's harder to show up for ourselves than others, those are the moments when the most growth happens, right? So ask yourself, where are you holding yourself back? Where are you not showing up for yourself? Are you playing it safe? Are you doubting yourself? Are you really in a place of not feeling confident? So therefore you don't put yourself out there. You have to start putting yourself out there, even if you don't think you're ready. Because trust me, we're never always fully ready anyway. So you might as well just start sucking it up and doing it, right? I get it, especially when it's emotional, right? When we're having some emotional challenges, we don't want to show up. I don't know. It's much easier to just say, tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. But when you do it, one of the things that really help you, okay, here's the thing. I would recommend creating a list for yourself or something visual. Sometimes that just helps. When you have something visual, it can help you focus, because what happens is this. When you're feeling tired or you're feeling a lack of clarity or a lack of motivation or a lack of confidence, okay, a lack of direction, okay, when you're feeling these things, guess what happens? You just want to close out. The fog takes over the brain. So when we can create that list, that forces you to say, hey, let me look at this. And then you start to tackle it. you will see, I promise, that when you start to tackle something on that list, even if you're not feeling in the energy of it, if you start just tackling it and making progress, guess what happens? You start to feel empowered. You start to feel more energetic. You start to feel better. And so when we feel better, we have more energy. When we feel better, we gain more clarity. So as you start to really tackle the things that are the most difficult for you, as you start to really get into that, you start to realize and see, wait a minute, I've got this. I'm more empowered than I thought I was. I'm making progress. And when we make progress, guess what happens? We stand a little bit taller, right? Our shoulders are a little bit more back. We start to feel better. And so that's one way of really saying, hey, I'm going to show up for myself. Second way, I want you to go for things that you don't feel ready for or worthy of. And don't get disappointed if there's not the response you want. Just putting yourself out there is the accomplishment. Just showing up for yourself is the accomplishment. And as your vibration starts to shift, to get into that place of self-love, self-worthiness, building that self-confidence, you'll then start to get responses. Things will start to move. They'll start to happen. The flow will begin. And so it really is just a matter of saying, hey, I'm going to show up for myself. I'm going to do this. Because again, if you do not show up for yourself, guess what? Nobody else does. Okay? Nobody else is going to do it for you. You got to do it. You know, ask yourself, take stock. All right? We don't like to take stock, do we? I don't want to take stock. Take stock. Take stock. Be accountable for yourself. Ask yourself, where are you? Where do you want to be? Where are you feeling the lack? Where are you feeling you're dragging your heels? Where are you not feeling confident? Okay? Where are you not feeling motivated? And ask yourself, how can you begin to show up in those specific ways and areas for yourself to move the needle forward, right? To make progress. And guess what? I got a little secret, okay? You ready? Baby steps are okay. That's right. I'm giving you permission today for baby steps. We'll just take them. You can crawl if you want. I will let you crawl. If you're like, Colbs, I can't even take the baby. I want you to crawl. But what I want is movement. I want movement and accountability for you to show up for yourself. And as you do, guess what happens? You're putting that motion into the universe. That motion into the universe, guess what then happens? The universe must respond because energy reciprocates. There's an ROI. There's a return on investment. So your energy matters. What you put out will have an ROI, okay? Be patient with it. It may not be immediate. It may not be in the time frame. So don't get all poo-poo on yourself, okay? Don't get all like, I give up. I want you to be patient with it. I want you to say, okay, I'm doing it. But if you do this consistently, each and every day, and you show up, okay, baby crawls are good. Baby crawls are good, okay? You start doing this, that's going to help, okay? There you go, doing small tasks. That's right, exercising, walking then 2 days. That's so great. There you go. See? There you go. It's these little steps that we take each and every day that will move the needle forward. All right. So whether that is in your business, whether that's in your personal life, whether it's with your health, your relationship, your career, ask yourself, where can I show up? Where can I take the baby steps? Where can I move that needle forward? And how can I consistently show up for myself? And you will start to see yourself manifesting more than you could ever possibly imagine. One other thing here, as you begin to do the things that are uncomfortable, as you begin to do the things that you may not feel the most confident about at this moment, the more you do them and the more you show up and the more you learn, guess what? you are going to build confidence around those areas. So for Suzanne here, if she's doing it 2 days a week and it feels like, I do not want to get up and do this. I do not want to go to the gym. I do not. Guess what happens? It becomes easy. It becomes easier and the challenge goes away, right? A new challenge may take its place, but that new challenge will be bigger and better growth. That's Suzanne moving the needle forward. So today we're all going to be a Suzanne, all right? Where are you going to move your needle forward? Ask yourself, what's one challenging thing? You kind of don't want to do it, but you're going to show up for yourself today and do it. All right? That is your challenge for today. Okay? So remember, everybody, you can do this. You absolutely can invest in yourself. Okay? We have a lot going on. I have got classes coming up, lots of events on the East Coast, my friends. So if you're on the East Coast, please come and join me for one of the many events we have on the East Coast tour coming up. I can't wait to see everybody. We've got a lot. And so we have got Dinner with Spirit coming up. This is October 15th. I've got some events with Joe Shield. This is in Pompton Lakes. That is northern New Jersey. We have that. And of course, I get to reunite with one of my gal pals, Lauren Rainbow. We have 2 events coming up in Mass. So please, please come and join us. And remember, everybody, to shine your light and shine it bright. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.